Okay, everyone. This is my opinion on the military. This is part two. Okay. I pretty much worked with every branch they had, and by far, without a doubt, the Marines are the best. They're trained, their gunny sergeant keeps them in line, their soldiers are respectful, and Marine, you don't hear, oh, I can't do it, or go bring in a tractor to move the Heskels out of the way, which is barricades to keep the incoming fire from hitting you. Marines, if you go tell a gunny sergeant you got an outdoor condensing unit to bring in and the Heskels got you blocked, you can't get him in. Can you get a crane to move the Heskels out of the way? What he'll do, he'll get his whole platoon out there, get ropes or whatever. They'll pull that unit over the Heskel without a problem. And no complaining, no griping, no nothing. That's a Marine for you. They're respectful, they treat people good, and they're without a doubt the best soldiers I ever saw. I was in the infantry for 3.5 years, and 3 years I was in, and then I extended for 6 months. But without a doubt, if I had to go fight in a war, what unit would I want to be assigned to? It would be a Marine. They're loyal, honest, hardworking, and great soldiers. They're not afraid of anything. The worst would be the National Guard. When I was in Camp Anaconda, National Guard was leading a KBR convoy. It came under fire. The National Guard abandoned the convoy. Uh, Delta had to go in there and rescue the people, not SEALs. They had some SEALs unit in Anaconda in Balad, Iraq, and they had Delta. They didn't send the SEALs. They sent Delta to rescue and bring them back. Suicide mission. Delta, I have high respect for them. They get all the junk jobs, and that's why they probably have an unlimited checkbook and get whatever they want. They can pretty much drive ATVs around there, cars, whatever they want. If they want it, they get it. I don't know how. They deserve every bit of it. Navy SEALs, I never seen them do anything. I went to their camp a few times, worked on their air conditionings, but I never saw whatever they did. Delta did stuff. SEALs, I never seen them do anything. Okay, now the Army, eh, their platoon sergeant got to get on them. The first sergeant got to get on them. And I had one guy who poked holes in the condensing unit because he wanted a new air conditioner. I told the first sergeant what was going on, and that guy did without air conditioning for about a month or two, and he had to go sleep in the rec center, the MWR. It's the first sergeant. I told him what happened. That guy got punished big. It was a good month or two before we put in air conditioning to replace that. He got in big trouble. That would have never happened with the Marines. The Navy, they're crybabies, whiners. Uh, we had window units in their hooches, right? And we had a window unit that was all, hey, hey, don't be so loud. I'm doing a video. And we had window units in their hooches. We had a window unit that was all repaired, worked fine, no problem. We put it in the Navy hooch. Guy cried and cried, cried and cried until we put a new unit in there. I had some backup units for the DFAC, which is the mess hall where people go to eat. I had some backup ones saved for the mess hall. I ended up taking one of those backup units and putting it in that guy's hooch because he cried to the colonel, and they made us put a brand new air conditioning in his room. That would have never happened with a Marine. A Marine is happy for whatever you give them. They're so used to doing without that if you give them an old beat up unit that runs, they're they're pleased. They're happy. They'll thank you. A Navy guy, they'll cry and whine until the colonel gives them what they want. A bunch of babies. SEALs, I don't care for the SEALs. All they do is advertise on the internet how good they are. Delta guys, I like. The Green Beret, I love those guys. Those are the miracle workers, magic. I was in Iraq in a different base at Al Assad, and I told the Green Beret guys they were in there for some time, and their hooch had no air conditioning, and something was wrong with the outside condensing unit. And I told them, I'm sorry, guys. I would love to give you some parts to fix that unit, but I don't have it. They said, come back in the morning. I went back in the morning. They had 3 or 4 condensing units laying outside. I think I needed, I don't know, fan motor or contactor. I don't remember what I needed. But anyway, they had 3 or 4 units out there. They said, take all the parts you want, guys. So somebody on that base is doing without air conditioning because the Green Berets, they're magic. They make things happen. The Green Beret doesn't know the word impossible, only possible. I was able to fix their air conditioners without a problem. They said I can strip the other ones and take parts, not a problem. Green Berets, I have high respect for them guys. That's why I call them the miracle workers, magic people. They know how to make stuff happen. And the Marines, man, them guys are a step above. They're loyal, honest, hardworking, great soldiers. My pick would be Marines first, Green Beret second, and Delta third. Navy, leave them in the ship. We don't need them. And the National Guard, they have no business being out there. When I first arrived in Iraq, I was at Camp Anaconda or Balad, Iraq, city it's in. And every day we had to bring the Iraqis into work, right? They assigned some to our group, so I had to go pick them up for our shop. And as soon as you go there, they try to steal stuff off your truck. You always have to push them off your truck. It's ridiculous. And the National Guard was standing guard. And one of the National Guard guys, they had a magazine in the M16s, and he bumped the magazine release, and the magazine fell on the ground. It was so embarrassing. And they're the ones that abandoned the convoy that was on came under fire in Anaconda. I think the National Guard, they train 1 month, 1 weekend a month. They don't have any business being out in the war. They're useless out there. They're not trained enough. They might have been in service before, but they forgot too much. Training 1 weekend a month is not going to make you a soldier. So leave the National Guard back in the States to take care of domestic problems. Don't bring them in the war. They don't belong there. And the Navy, yeah, I have no use for the Navy. The Air Force, I have no opinion on them because the only time I ever had contact with the Air Force was in Anaconda. Somebody, colonel in the Army, I think, or Navy, it could have been, I don't remember which, but he needed a part and he had contacts with the Air Force and they told me to go to the Air Force and pick up a part. And I went there and they had more parts than Home Depot. I got the parts so I could fix the colonel's each. If you wasn't a colonel, you wasn't getting anything from the Air Force. So anyway, I took care of his air conditioner. And we had some troops from Canada. They were great guys. We had some French guys running around, looked like they had hostess caps on their head or Aunt Jemima hat. I don't know what kind. I guess they were their commandos. Australians, I didn't see them until I went to Thailand in a bar. I got drunk and I tripped and spilled the beer all over the Australian guy. Thought he was going to punch me and knock me out, but he said, it's okay, mate. I think I bought him another beer. Everything was good. So, and Australian guys, I like them a lot. Canadian guys, I like them a lot. They were I just didn't have any experience. The Australian guys were there, but I actually didn't have any direct contact with their soldiers until I went to Thailand. Canadians, they were at the bases. They were good guys. I even saw some people from South America. I think Salvador. A few of their military people were there. They had people from all over the world. We had soldiers from Macedonia there. I mean, not Macedonia. What's that? Bulgaria. We had a company of soldiers from Bulgaria there. They were good guys. So those are my opinions on the soldiers. My top, my top picks from everybody is going to be the Marines. To me, they're the best unit of all. They're great guys. They don't have excuses. Whatever you give an old junkie air conditioner as long as it works, they're happy. If you need help with something, you get a Marine. They're not going to tell you no. They'll help you. Tell an Army guy, they'll come up with excuses why not to help. Navy guy, forget it. They won't do nothing. SEALs, they're too special to help you. Uh, and the Delta, they're pretty much locked down and controlled by the colonel. You're not going to have much direct contact with them guys. Navy, forget it. I don't know. I just got a bad taste in my mouth for the Navy. I don't care for them guys. I have no respect at all. They're prima donnas. It's crazy to think that the Marines is part of the Department of the Navy because they are so different. Marines are the top, Navy is the bottom, and the Army guys are okay, right? But they don't have any problem telling you, no, I ain't gonna do this or no, I ain't gonna do that. I was a team leader in the infantry. I had to stay on my guys and I tell them something to try to. I'd say you better get your butt going. Marines, you don't have to do that. Their gunnery sergeant got them trained so well. They're just great soldiers. So there again, once again, top of the line. My picks: Marines are the number one. I would say Green Berets are number two because they're the magical guys, and then Delta after that. And the Army is before the Navy. The Navy, yeah, them and the SEALs, they can go wherever they want. I got no use for either one. You all take care now. Great day. Just my opinion, anyway.